Hey Himesh, how are you? Nice to meet you.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Congratulations on Greedy People. I thought it was
Thank
wonderful.
you. Thanks.
And my name's Will, so I could relate.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I loved your portrayal of him. I mean, it's a fun character. He certainly has his hands full, especially having Terry for a partner.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
Was it hard to keep a straight face opposite Joseph Gordon-Levitt for some of those scenes?
Yeah, it really was. Yeah. There's some moments in there that I think they maybe just about got away with. So, yeah. I mean, the amazing thing about him as an actor is, he's just playing the truth of his character that he's built.
Right.
And there's times where it's terrifying, there's times where it's kind of sinister and scary and like just a bit brutal. But there are moments where he was just so funny. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But I mean, you have your moments too, and you're, yeah, I mean, you get yourself into some sticky situations, and I'm a big fan of, this neo-noir kind of Coen Brothers-esque vibe to the movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. A lot of people like it, and I was curious for you. I mean, were you kind of a fan of those kinds of movies before joining Greedy People?
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I love I mean noirs for sure. I love that it's such a specific sort of genre of sort of thriller, detective sort of movies. But I think also movies that pull a bit of humor into that, a bit of dark humor, situational sort of humor. I think I really enjoy that as well. So it was definitely a pull when I read the script.
Of course. Yeah. Was that, I mean, do you think that was sort of what out of all the kind of parts of the project, that's what kind of drew you to it the most, that sort of
Yeah,
thriller?
I think in terms of what it's always kind of what I read on the page that
Yeah.
really draws me in initially. Obviously, that's all I have to go on, but that was it. Yeah, I mean, as much as it was wonderful to reunite with Lily and work with her again, and to
Oh yeah.
work with someone as great as Joe, and a wonderful director in Potsy. For me, it was always about, is the part great within a great movie,
Yeah.
and this time I think it was a great script, and I had a great time making it. Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot that you've worked with Lily before, so that must have been
Yeah.
fun to yeah. Is it fun to kind of reunite with actors and
Yeah,
work?
it's nice. I mean, this is the biggest, kind of, one I've had in that sense. And that, we worked very closely together on yesterday, and then we worked very closely together on this,
Yeah.
and so I've not quite had that yet with other actors. I've had actors who I've worked with before, but sort of less and now more.
Yeah.
Whereas this is like, two movies that we've done together. We worked together quite a lot, quite intensely together. And, we get on really well. She's wonderful. So there was no question about that.
I, and it's certainly fitting. I have the Beatles behind me, so I thought,
Yeah, I saw. That's great. Is that like a mosaic, like a tile
yeah,
mosaic?
yeah, sort of, yeah. So I
Cool.
couldn't help but mention it. I mean, yesterday
Yeah,
was such a wonderful movie. So
thank you.
yeah, and now here we are. I mean, you've been in, so many wonderful projects since then. And also I wanted to mention we spoke to Billy Magnuson
Oh yeah.
about your upcoming series, The Franchise, which looks
Hmm.
like a lot of fun. And he was saying how, it felt great to laugh at himself and all the silly kind of shenanigans that goes into making certain movies. And I was curious if you feel the same way and if there's anything you could share about that show, because it looks great.
Oh, I had a great time making it. One of the best times I've ever had, really, and
Yeah.
I'm very excited that it's coming out so soon. Within a couple of months, I think. And yeah, I mean, Billy's great. I think an incredibly talented actor and so funny in the show. I can't wait for people to see what he's done. So, yeah, uh, there's elements of my experiences that were there. People who've worked in film and TV will recognize so much, but also like people who are coming in new will also enjoy the madness of it, and will be probably fairly shocked when we tell them that it's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll probably be enlightening for some people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's great. I mean, yeah, I can't wait to see it. And I also wanted to congratulate you. I know it's sort of in the past at this point, but congratulations on your Emmy nomination for Station 11. That's
Thank
one
you.
of my favorite miniseries. And,
Oh, great, thanks. Yeah, I'm
yeah,
very proud of that one. Very, very proud of that show.
yeah. Was it maybe a bit surreal for you, like having a show like that released with that kind of premise released during the COVID era?
Yeah, it's a coincidence that will I'll never really be able to get over. I mean, it's so surreal. We shot the pilot, and then 2 months later, the pilot was coming to life. Basically, it
Right.
was very very strange and disconcerting. I'm just very proud of the fact that we came out the other side. We got to make the rest of our show, tell the rest of the story, and Patrick, Somerville, our showrunner, just made such a wonderful work of art, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, yeah, as you should be. I mean, it was beautiful, and I can't say enough good things about that show.
Thank
So
you.
it's great. And also, I have a friend of mine who's a film buff. He was saying to me the other day that he needs his yearly fix of watching Tenet. That's one of his favorite.
Wow, like a ritual. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, no, seriously. He's like, I need my yearly because it was like they re-released it in IMAX, I think, like earlier this
Yes,
year.
yeah, I heard about this. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
because that was another one that came out, during COVID, I
yeah,
think.
right in the middle of 2020. Yeah, yeah.
So I had to
Um,
watch it at home, but then it was great that it was. So I mean that, and yeah, it's such a phenomenal movie. And I was curious for you. I mean, that must have seemed like a long time ago shooting the movie, but if I was curious if you had any, specific, memories of working with Christopher Nolan and that whole
uh,
wonderful cast and crew.
it, very cherished memories, really. I mean, I still pinch myself that I got to do it in the first place. I think he's one of the best filmmakers working out there. He has been for a very long time. He really stands apart, I think, from other filmmakers working in that space,
Yeah.
that sort of budget level. So it was a thrill to be part of it. And yeah, I've got so many memories. I got to shoot in the Amalfi Coast. I got to crash a plane into a building. I got to do a cool 360 shot with Rob and John David. Like it's just like living the dream, really. Yeah.
Yeah, I think your role looked like the most fun. I mean, like,
It
driving
was
all.
pretty fun, yeah. Because I mean, I know that John David and like Elizabeth and Rob were like working so hard on the physical side of the job,
Sure, sure.
whereas I got to just like roll in and like drag a speedboat around the Amalfi Coast and yeah, crash a plane and then just go home. So it was quite a cushy job, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but yeah, yeah, it looked like a lot of fun. And yeah, and you nailed it. I mean, it was great. And you're doing an American accent in a lot of these projects.
Mm,
It's just flawless. I think uh people who maybe don't know that who just see you in these movies don't know that
mm,
you're British. I mean, it's so flawless. I mean, do
yeah.
you how do you feel about that? Always pulling off the American accents. It's just a second nature to you at this point?
Very nice to hear it from someone who has an ear for it, I imagine. So I thank you for that.
No, no, seriously.
I really look. I like doing accents of any sort, really. But I think really I'm only ever going to be doing an American accent largely. So it's something that I've enjoyed doing. It's enlightening to me when I learn about the sort of specifics of accents that are sort of more subtle than maybe what we're aware of
Yeah,
here in the UK. We have an idea of
yeah.
sort of what New York is and what Boston is, and
Right,
and
right,
then what South is. But
right,
there are subtleties within all of that that we probably don't have the ear for until, as an actor, you get to drill into that sort of stuff.
right.
And so that's been a real joy, and I'm looking forward to the next time I have to do it, and I can maybe be very specific about it and see if I can tackle that.
Yeah, yeah, of course. But yeah, in the meantime, it's great. So keep doing what you're doing because
Thank you.
just nailing it. Well, great. Well, thank you, Himesh. That's all the time I have. But it was wonderful to meet you, and I hope we can do this on the next one.
Yeah, thank you.